Hey guys, this is Spiritual at Heart Tarot, and welcome back to another pick a card reading. Today we have a very special reading because we're going to look into your pregnancy. The question we're going to answer is, what will my pregnancy be like? So we're going to take a look at the baby. Which pregnancy is it about? And then we're going to look at your pregnancy itself. What's it going to be like? What's the first trimester going to be like? The second, the third? And then we're going to get into some advice for your pregnancy. What's going to help make it a little bit easier or better? Stuff like that. So as you can see, we have 3 piles to pick from. Usually we have crystals, but today we actually have baby stuff. So we have this, what's it called in English? A bib, I think it is. So we have a white bib for pile number 1. Then we have some baby cream for pile number 2. And we have this cute little hearted baby sock for pile number 3. So pick the item you feel most drawn to, and let's get into this reading. By the way, I almost forgot, we're also going to look at the timing. We're also going to get some information or numerology information on when this baby's going to come. So stay tuned for that as well. Hello, my lovely pile number 1. If you picked this bib, this is going to be your reading on your pregnancy. So I wanted to start out with what type of a mother you will be to this child. And I already got a card for that, so we're going to talk about this one first. And the card that you guys got was whale. So one thing that came to mind was that you might be feeling like a whale, although that's definitely not going to be the case. It's just that maybe you feel some insecurity about the way that you look during this pregnancy. But what I really wanted to highlight, though, is that whales are great mothers and that they are very protective of their baby. They are also very good at breastfeeding. So that might be something that is important to you. And I feel like you're going to be very successful at breastfeeding because you have this whale card. So I thought that was something very cute, very cool. But let's put this aside and let's take a look at your baby first. So let's see what they're going to be like. We're going to start out with some archetypes. As you might see now, I don't have all the cards ready, so we're just going to shuffle a little bit and see what archetypes come out. Sometimes I like to be prepared. Sometimes I like to do it on camera so you guys know that I'm not cheating and just picking the cards for you. So there we go. So today I decided to just pick the light attributes. So we're going to take a look at what we get. So the first one we have for your baby is the vampire. And it says, it makes you aware that someone or something is draining your life force. So to be honest, it feels like with you having this baby, I feel like that's going to help you realize like what people in your life are really helping you, which people are draining you. And I think that's quite common actually, like people saying, oh, I always had a lot of friends until I found myself pregnant. People just want to see the baby, but they're not really interested in me. Or once the baby's here or once I'm pregnant, nobody really reaches out. Maybe this is not your first child. With the first child, you got a lot more support, something like that. But I feel like with this baby, you will figure out who your real friends are, and you will just be better able to, kind of pick and choose which people you want to keep in your life and what people might be better off leaving your life. Then the next one we have is the student. Humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. So this tells us that your baby is going to be really smart. I think that they're going to be quite good at studying, and I feel like they're just going to be very inquisitive. They're going to be asking a lot of questions. Maybe they really like reading books, as you can see this figure reading a book. Maybe this baby's going to be as smart as their parents or even smarter. But it does seem like this is going to be a very, very bright child. And I think that you will be giving them a lot of encouragement and just a lot of nourishment and love for them to become the best they can ever be. So that's it for the archetypes. But I want to use these cards to get some more information. So we're going to see what comes out. They are a little bit harder to shuffle. So I might grab some back because they don't really feel like they came out like they should. We'll see. I'm just trying. It's been a long time since I've done a reading, so I'm just trying to have some fun with it. I hope you guys don't mind. So yeah, we have a few here. Now I'm gonna grab the other pile to get a few more. So there were also dates in here. So we'll see about what comes out. Let's see. There we go. So let's look at them one by one. So these are the tea leaf cards. Let me show you. Oops. There we go. So the first one we have is Mule. Let me show you guys. So it says someone is extremely stubborn and unwilling to change. So I think that this baby of yours is going to be quite stubborn, of course. We're not going to take it to any extremes, but I do think that they have a mind of their own, and you might have a little challenge of making them change their mind if they really believe in something. And I think that's actually something pretty positive, right? So they won't just follow everybody. They won't just listen to what everybody says. They'll make up their own mind and they'll be stubborn about things. If they believe in something, it won't be easy to change their mind. The next one we have is Moon. Let me show you guys. Changes in your life. So this might indicate that having this baby is going to be a big change in your life. It might also be that they will be born during a full moon or just at night. That might be an indication of that. Let's see what else we have. We have Beetle with good fortune. So I think that your baby is going to have a lot of good fortune throughout their lives. Probably self-made fortune, or just like they have put in a lot of effort to get where they will be. Yeah, I feel a very, how do I say that, effortless energy. It's not like they have to work really hard to get any fortune or good luck. I feel like it's not going to be a struggle, really. I feel like maybe you as a nourishing parent is really gonna help them out with becoming who they want to be. The next one we have is chain of events that will affect your life. Yeah, having this baby is going to affect your life, obviously. But there is some kind of chain of events that will lead to this pregnancy, or during the pregnancy there will be a chain of events. Or maybe after pregnancy, while this baby is already here in this world, there might be some big things happening in your life. And like I said, I feel like it's going to be quite positive. These changes are not going to be anything negative or rough. We also have rabbit. Too much concern with sexual matters. So I guess this is not about the baby. I think this is more about you or your partner. Maybe someone is really focusing on trying to conceive, really focusing on like doing the deed as much as possible to make sure that this happens. And I think that Spirit just wants to give you the message that you do not need to worry that this is gonna happen regardless, at the right time, and that you don't have to push so hard to make this happen. I think that it'll happen quite naturally. I mean, it's hard to tell, of course, because everybody's situation is different. Some people need to go through IVF to make things happen, or they have had like a very bad, how do you say that? Like a very bad track record when it comes to trying to conceive. But I feel like Spirit wants you to focus less on like the physical deed, and maybe just start trusting more in that this is going to happen regardless, and that you are going to be blessed with this beautiful baby of yours. Okay? So I guess it's just a little word of encouragement that everything's going to be all right. We also have Feather. Someone you know is undependable and insincere. Again, this might be related to that vampire figuring out who your friends are and who aren't. So I'm just going to put that underneath. I don't think this is going to be about your baby. Definitely not. I do think feathers might be a sign that your baby is near or that they are around you. A lot of people know that, like, babies before they're born, they will hang around you. They will spend time with you energetically. You might not see them physically, but you can feel them. And even if you cannot feel them, they might send you signs like a feather, for example. Next up, we have egg. Success assured with good plans and hard work. So yeah, I do feel like your child or your baby is going to be very successful. We already talked about this with the student card. They're going to be very smart. They're going to be very bright. And even if this is not about your baby, it's going to be about your eggs that are good enough and that they will produce this baby. I feel like it could be read both ways. That's why I'm telling you both. You will know which one is for you. Probably both of them. I don't see one of these meanings being more important than the other ones. Let me readjust the camera. I'm so sorry. There we go. We have two more. We have tree, affairs with your family. And I think it's very interesting because we do have another tree here. So maybe it's about like broadening the family tree. Maybe the tree being very resilient, having very deep rooted roots, being like we said with the donkey or with the mule, it can be very stubborn. But because trees have such deep roots, they can handle anything. I feel like for your family, this might be something that is very important at this time. Maybe you are going through infertility and you're having a lot of doubts. But with these strong rooted roots that you have, you will overcome this temporary struggle and you will have this baby. And affairs with your family, yeah, obviously this is an affair with your family because you are adding someone to your family, right? So again, I do feel like this tree card is very positive. I must say this one makes me think of a bonsai tree. I don't know why, but strong and, small, but strong and mighty. That's what I'm hearing. Let's take a look at the last card. We have a valley, deep personal strength and peace that assures success. Yeah. So it feels like I'm just repeating myself a lot. Like we said, you have this strength to have this baby pretty soon and you will have success. Just trust the process, although it's easier said than done. But I mean, we are getting a lot of confirmation that this baby is really coming into your life. I must say we don't have a lot of specifics about your baby. For example, if this is going to be a boy or a girl, or we could get more information on the season, something like that. Well, I do feel that the rabbit, the egg, make me think of spring, but of course that doesn't have to be the case. Yeah, I mean, I do think that for you guys, it might be very different. Like some of you will be having boys, some of you will be having girls. But what we can see is that they are going to be very smart and a little bit stubborn. And I think that's great. Okay. So now let me remove these cards and let's take a look at your pregnancy itself. We're going to look at the different trimesters. Okay. So let's take a look at the different trimesters. So I'm going to use this Way of the Panda Tarot to see what your pregnancy is going to be like in terms of the different trimesters. So Spirit, what is pile number one's first trimester going to be like? What is their first trimester going to be like? I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I don't mean to breathe heavily into the mic, but I am actually pregnant myself at this moment, at the end of pregnancy, and that's why I have been gone for a while. So I hope you guys will have the same luck that I got. I wish you all the best, of course. So for the first trimester, we have the Ace of Swords. Now let's take a look at the second trimester. We have the Two of Cups. Love that for you guys. Then let's take a look at the third trimester. So Spirit, what will pile one's third trimester be like? We have the Five of Cups. And we're gonna get a, what's it called? It's not really a, I can't find my words. We're just gonna get another card for each trimester. So Spirit, can we get a clarifier for the first trimester? Or just a key word for this first trimester? What will their first trimester be like? Or what's something that's important in this first trimester? Anything you can tell us about this first trimester? There we go. So we have transcend. Let me show you guys. It says to rise above, to go beyond, to surpass your limits, and to evolve. Love that. There we go. So what do we get for, whoops, not taking all of those, obviously. But let's see what we get for the second trimester. So for the second trimester, we have navigate. We have to figure a way through, to plan or direct the course of something, to journey carefully and with intention. And I love that it says success as well. Then let's get one for the third trimester. So Spirit, what will pile one's third trimester be like? There we go. We have adjust. Let me show you guys. To tweak or modify, to reconfigure for better results, to make minor changes or updates, to change course and recalculate route. Interesting. So we're going to start out with the first trimester, obviously. And we got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is usually a card of clarity. And I feel like I immediately get the image of a light bulb switching on. So I feel like once you are pregnant, you will really quickly realize that you actually are pregnant. And that it will just give you a lot of joy, a lot of, like just a lot of happiness. And it feels like you're entering a new chapter, especially because we have this transcend card. It's like you're finally able to move on to the next chapter of your life, or you're finally able to move past all this mental struggle of it not happening, or just feeling like you cannot have something, while obviously you can. But it feels like you're finally moving above. You're finally like moving in the direction that you have always wanted to go. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting in this first trimester. Well, what I also see with this panda card, it does feel like you still have some clouds in your head, like some heavy clouds. Maybe you are worrying a little bit about what's to come, if everything's going to be all right. So it might be that you'll be worrying a lot in this first trimester, or maybe you'll be having a lot of headaches. But as we all can see, it does get better after this first trimester. And you will definitely get through this first trimester quite well. So for the second trimester, we have the Two of Cups. And the Two of Cups obviously is a card of love, is a card of companionship. It's really just a beautiful card. And I feel like this second trimester is just going to be pure bliss. I think that your partner is going to be helping you get through this second trimester. They're going to help. And I love that your partner is also in both cards, as in they are in this second trimester, very prevalent, and they're also here in this third trimester, supporting you, helping you go through it, everything like that. So with navigate, I do feel like this first trimester you were worrying a lot, you were trying to figure things out, it's all pretty new. But in the second trimester, you're learning to navigate all the hormones, all the feelings, all the thoughts. And I think that you'll be able to enjoy this pregnancy a lot more during this second trimester. And I think that's pretty great. I think that the second trimester in general is physically a lot easier than the first and the third. And I feel like that's what we're seeing here as well. Like you just being able to enjoy your pregnancy, sharing it with your partner, maybe even just sharing the news with other people. But yeah, you'll be able to really feel happy about this pregnancy in this second trimester. Now let's take a look at this third trimester. So for the third trimester, we have the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups talks about looking at the bright side of things. So not everything is perfect, but you're able to look past any difficulties that you might have. So what I feel that this might be about is like your body's changing. Maybe that's something that you will be having some difficulty with. Like I said, with the whale card, you might be feeling like a whale, quite literally. Although it's not true, and your partner will remind you of that you will still look beautiful. But I do feel like there might be some insecurity when it comes to the way that you look during this third trimester. But I do feel like with the Five of Cups, you'll be able to look on the brighter side of things. Like it won't take over your mind. You'll be able to focus on like all the good that's coming into your life, preparing for this baby. And with adjust, we can definitely see that you're preparing, you're like getting all the stuff ready, buying all the things that you need. Like there's a lot of preparation that's going to happen during this third trimester. And like we said, you're getting a lot of support from your partner with this Five of Cups, seeing them hug each other. So it's not only physical support, it's also going to be a lot of mental support that you'll be getting. What I also like is the flowers. I'm not sure what they're called in English, but where I come from, we blow on them and all the seedlings disperse, and it's like you're making a wish and it will come through, it will come true when you blow on them, right? If you blow out all the little things, you'll get your wish. So I do feel like you're moving closer and closer to this wish fulfillment. And that is, of course, your baby coming into this world, right? So I do see a lot of great things happening throughout these trimesters. And I want to move on to just end things off with some advice or just some things that might help or some information. So we're going to use these self-care cards to see what type of self-care might really benefit you throughout this pregnancy. Maybe we'll get one for every trimester. So, Spirit, can you tell us what will really help in this first trimester? So, for the first trimester, we have abundance planning. So, maybe figuring out your finances, how you're gonna, well, it's quite logical actually when you think about it, right? Like you're finding out that you're finally pregnant, and now it's like, well, to what school are we going to send them? What daycare, or what are we going to do about daycare? Am I going to stay at home as a stay-at-home mom? Am I going to work half time? Like that type of stuff. I think the practical planning, also with the Ace of Swords, is what you're going to do during your first trimester, or it might give you some sense of calm knowing that those things are figured out. Maybe asking grandparents for some advice. But yeah, planning your abundance, planning out your finances might really help during this first trimester. Now, I was already shuffling the cards for the second trimester. We have two. Let me grab them. So the first one we have is read. So reading some books on parenting, maybe just reading for your own enjoyment, things that make you feel good. But yeah, you'll be reading a lot during this second trimester. And we also have plan a vacation. So you might have already planned out this holiday before you will fall pregnant, or maybe you just feel like you need that baby moon. I'm not sure. I think it's called a baby moon, right? Like going on a holiday right before the baby's born, so you have some one-on-one time with your spouse before this baby's here. But yeah, you might want to plan a vacation before the baby's here. Or maybe you'll plan the vacation for after the baby's born. Like, what are you going to do with maternity leave, right? They say that that's a great time to go on a holiday because the babies are still sleeping a lot. So you might want to think about that as well. Now let's take a look for the third trimester. So for the third trimester, we have spend time with animals. So if you have animals, they might get more attached to you during this last trimester. They might be trying to comfort you, or they might sense that something's going on. They might just cuddle up with you more. You might want to go to the zoo, or maybe you just feel drawn to animals a lot more during this third trimester. But I do feel like your senses are going up, and animals will feel that too. So that's that for these oracle cards. Let's get some more. Sorry. They are a little bit further away than they usually are. So Spirit, can we get some more messages about this pregnancy. So what can you tell us about this pregnancy? I'm not gonna focus this on the specific trimesters. We're just gonna look in general. So we have, let me show you, we have a new moon in Aries with it's time to take action. So maybe we should take this quite literally. It might be time to take action, to become a rabbit, right? Or maybe if you are thinking about IVF, maybe this is your sign to go through with it, or maybe start planning your funds so you can get IVF. But whatever this action means to you, I would advise you to take it. And let's get one more from this deck. If Spirit has some more messages for you. There we go. We have the supermoon with emotions are running high. So it might literally be that your emotions are running high. Maybe you are taking medication to help increase your fertility. So maybe just keep in mind that your emotions are running high a little bit. I do think that tonight was the full moon lunar eclipse, I think so, or it was yesterday. So keep that in mind as well. Like there's a lot going on in the stars, but it might be a great timing to start trying or just start with anything, right? Now I am going to grab my last oracle deck before we go into the timing, if I can reach. My belly is getting in the way, so it's getting a little bit harder. I'm so sorry. So let's take a look. Spirit, what messages do you have for pile 1? Any lost messages? So the first one we have is Armadillo Spirit. Let me just set healthy boundaries. I don't know why, but I feel like I have to go back to your family, like family members outside of your spouse. But you might need to set healthy boundaries with your family or even at work. I do think that there are some people that are really trying to, how I say, it feels like there are people just asking about you having kids that really don't have the right to be asking anything. So learn to set healthy boundaries with that. If you want to keep things private, don't be afraid to set those boundaries, because they don't have to know anything, okay? And the last one we have is Brown Bear Spirit with Take Time Out. So again, a very protective energy with this bear, just like that we had with the whale. I think that you need to be protective of yourself right now. You might need to take some rest, if that's possible for you in any way, shape, or form. Maybe just take the evening off. Do whatever you need to do to relax a little bit more. Maybe do something that you love. Maybe read a book. Maybe just sleep a little bit more than you're used to. Go to bed earlier. But yeah, you might need to take some rest. So now it's time to take a look at the timing. For the timing, we're always using the bingo machine right here. And I'm gonna see if I can reach it like this without banging into the camera. So let's take a look. Let's see. I guess it's a little rusty because I've been gone for a while. Yeah. There we go. So the first number we have is the number 38. So it might be the 3rd of August or the 8th of March. It might also be when you are 38 or when your partner is 38. Let me put it right there. Then the next one we have is the number 71. So the 1st of July or the 7th of January. Then we have the number 22. Let me adjust. There we go. So the 2nd of February, the 22nd of March, the 22nd of whatever month it currently is. So yeah, take that one as it resonates. Maybe the age 22 is significant. Oh dear. There we go. Then we have the number 1. So it might be the 1st of July, like we said with the number 71. It might be the 1st of April or the next 1st of the month that's coming up. Maybe one in 1 year. Take the one that resonates for you. And last but not least, we have the number 59. So the 9th of May or the 5th of September or 95 days, 2 months. Take them as they resonate. So yeah, that brings me to the end of the reading. I hope you had fun just like I did. I want to thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the reading, I'd love to get a little thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. That also really helps me out. I am planning on doing more readings in the future. I just didn't have a lot of time and I was also just not feeling very good. So yeah, have a nice day. And I hope that you guys can bring me some good news really soon that you are actually pregnant. So bye guys, have a nice day. Hello, my lovely pile number 2. If you picked the baby cream, this is going to be your reading on what will your pregnancy be like. And I wanted to start off with a card that will indicate who you would be like as a mother. So the card that you guys got was the deer. So the deer is an animal that is a great mom. They are a little bit shy, but they do take good care of their young. So I feel like you are going to be quite demure, quite, I don't know, dainty. I think that your body is going to snap back quite easily after pregnancy. Like I can see these very long legs, just looking great, enjoying the sun after pregnancy. So that's the kind of energy that we're getting from you after pregnancy and just as a mom in general. So let's take a look at what your baby's going to be like, just to get an impression on, who this baby is. Let's do that again. You can definitely see that it has been a while since I've done a reading. I'm so sorry. There we go. That's better. So, Spirit, can we get some information on pile 2's baby? What are they going to be like? So, yeah, that's the first one. And we have the second one as well. That went really quick. And we haven't talked about any gender yet, obviously. But I feel like with this Prince card, this might be a boy. Or just some masculine energy, right? So we're only taking the light attributes today. So with this Prince card, we have romantic charm and potential for power. So this might indicate that your baby is going to be very charming once they grow up. I think that they're just going to be very lovable, very kind, very generous. With the imagery, it does give me the idea of them being great at giving gifts, just being very grateful, like surprising you with something for all the things that you have done for them throughout their lives. I think that they are very great, very good gift givers as well. Like they can intuit what somebody needs and they will give that. And we also see that they have potential for power. So it might be that in the corporate world, they might be rising on the ladder, or that they'll start their own company, or they'll just be very successful in their career. We also have a visionary, and it says capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others, willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. So they might be visionaries. They might see the bigger picture better than a lot of people will. I feel, like I said, that they might start their own company. Maybe they'll start something that other people would have never envisioned being successful, and they just make it work. I think that they will impress a lot of people, including you and your person. But yeah, it feels like this is going to be a child that's going to be very successful, very powerful, very bright, very intelligent. And I think that they will stand out from the crowd in big ways. That's the kind of energy that we're seeing right here. Big personality energy. And I do think that they have quite a lot of that from you, because this deer is also very bright and intelligent. But they're just a little bit more shy. And I feel like your child will not have that shyness to them. I think that they are not afraid to stand out from a crowd. But let's get some more information on them. Oops, that card fell on the floor. Let me grab it in a second. These are quite hard to shuffle, I must say. There we go. Shuffle this one more time, and then I'll take on the next stack. There we go. So let's get some more. So Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 2's baby or child? Spirit, can you give us some more information? There we go. And now let's grab the one that fell on the floor. Oops. There we go. So let's stack them up and let's take a look. So these are the tea leaf oracle cards. Let's see what they say. So the first one we have is Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Yeah, that was what we're talking about, right? Like I said, I feel like this is a child that's going to be very successful. They might start their own company, but they have a real forward way of thinking. And I think that they can just make things work that other people couldn't. So I really like that for your baby. It's like, even though they are maybe not even here yet, right? They're only up in the energy, right? In the energy, I'm not sure what I'm saying, but they have such a big potential and they are gonna live that out. And I love that. Let's take a look at the second one. We have a broken ring, parting of the ways in either romance or business. So there might be a broken promise or a parting of, maybe you have been dealing with a broken promise or a relationship not working out. But I feel like this is just a reassurance that although that relationship might have not been working out, it doesn't mean that this baby that you have been wanting won't come. It might just be that it's coming with a different partner, right? It might just be a little bit different than you expected, but it doesn't mean that they're not coming. We also have a parrot. It says someone will gossip about all your secrets. So I do think that these might be related, this broken ring and this parrot. Maybe there is a partner that spoke bad about you after your breakup, or maybe after a divorce. Yeah, I don't know. I want to stay positive, but yeah, you might know about this situation already, or you might want to be mindful. Maybe you are going through a divorce, or maybe you are wanting to break up with someone. Like, be mindful of this situation. I think that your child or your baby wants to help you throughout a certain period in your time currently. And once you get past that, they will be able to come into your life. And I think that they are very excited, and that they are so smart that they just really want to help you out right now, because they really do want the best for you. Let's see what the next one says. We have Peacock. Beware of great pride. Well, I feel like this card, although it says beware of great pride, I just think that you are going to be very proud of your child, of your baby. I think that this baby or this child, like we said, is going to be very successful, and you're just going to be proud of them regardless. They're going to be able to show off with what they have created in their life. They might make some mistakes, like everybody does. But overall, they're just going to be very successful, and they'll be showing off their success. They won't be afraid to show what they've worked for and what they have created. And I love that. We also have, let's see if I can adjust the camera, Mountain Road. You are on the road to success. So even more about success, even more about like just being a great individual. So this is probably about your baby/child that is climbing to the top, right? They are going to be very successful, and I do think that you will be playing a huge part in their success. So I love that for you. And it might also just be a reminder for you that you are going to be successful in conceiving this baby, although there are some twists and turns. You will get there. You will get what you always have wanted. Now we have 4 months cards. So these might already give you an indication of when this baby will be born, or it might give you some information on the person that you'll have this child with. Take it as it resonates. So we have October. We have September. We have August. And lastly, we have November. So we have August, September, October, November. So we should just put them like this, right? So there are 4 months that are going to be quite significant. That time period might be very significant. It might be a time period that there is a lot of change happening for you, but just know that it's going to be good change and that things will be working out. So I'm going to remove these cards now, and we're going to take a look at the pregnancy itself. We're going to take a look at the 3 different trimesters and what they're going to be like for you. Okay, so we're going to move on, and we're going to take a look at the 3 different trimesters and what they're going to be like. So we're going to use the Way of the Panda Tarot to take a look. So Spirit, can you please tell us what pile number 2's first trimester will be like? Can we get some information on their first trimester? What will pile 2's first trimester be like? We will also be getting some clarifiers with a different oracle deck. But as you can see, you might need to be a little bit patient. It might take a while before you fall pregnant or before you find out that you are pregnant. Like, you might figure it out a little bit later than typical. So usually you'll find out at 4 weeks. Maybe you'll figure it out at 5 or 6 weeks, something like that. For the second trimester, we have the 9 of Pentacles. Love that. And for the third trimester, we have the 7 of Cups. Interesting. Now let's get the clarifiers out. So the first one we have is sabotage. Let me show you what it says. In what ways have you been sabotaging yourself and stopping yourself from achieving success and greatness? Now let's get a clarifier for the second trimester. So, Spirit, can we get some more information on pile 2's second trimester? We have express. Let me show you. To communicate, to make your thoughts and feelings known, to allow your truth to flow through. I hope you guys can still see the cards. Let me adjust that a little bit. There we go. And what about the third trimester? Can we get a clarifier for this 7 of Cups? There we go. So for the third trimester, we have excuse. What excuses are you making to escape and avoid your problems? How have you been refusing to take ownership and responsibility for your reality? There we go. So let's start out with the first trimester. We have the 7 of Wands. And as you can see, this panda is protecting something from being attacked. And I feel like this could be two different things. It might be that you are feeling protective over this pregnancy, so you might want to keep it a secret for a while because you feel like other people might not respond the way that you'd like or you'd expect. So that's what it could be about, like being afraid of comments other people make, or just how people will treat you afterwards or once they know. But with the sabotage card, it could also mean that you are sabotaging yourself, like the words that you're telling yourself are not very positive, and that you need to protect yourself from your own thoughts. But it seems, because it's wands, it's not really your thoughts, it's more, I'm not sure what it is. It feels like it's a little bit more than just thoughts. So it might be behaviors, actions. Yeah, I'm not sure what it's going to be about. But it seems like some self-sabotage, maybe. Let me think about that one for a while, or just feel into it. I think for the most of you, it's going to be like being afraid of sabotage of others, protecting your family from other people, protecting your family from maybe family members that disagree or think it's too early, or maybe there's something about your relationship that's not typical, and other people might just respond differently. With this fire underneath, it feels like you're being put on a grill, like people grilling you, as in asking you a lot of questions that are none of their business. But yeah, there is it feels like you need to be protective of this pregnancy, or just be protective of what you are building with your partner. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. Maybe the fire can also indicate some hot flashes, physical symptoms from the hormones that are going through your body. Maybe you just feeling more on edge because of these hormones. Could be a couple of different things. So take the ones that resonate for you. Now, for the second trimester, we have the Nine of Pentacles, and I really love that for you guys. The Nine of Pentacles, you can see this panda is just having fun, enjoying life. We see all these pentacles, all this abundance surrounding them, right? So I feel like you will have everything you need to manage this second trimester. I feel like it's going to be easier than the first one as well. Like on your body, it's going to be easier. You're just going to have more time to relax. You're just enjoying what you've got, munching away, probably healthily. We don't know. It could be a little bit more unhealthy, but that's fine. And with express here, I feel like you're not afraid to express your wants and needs. And I feel like other people will be listening to that as well. So, for example, your partner will be helping you when you need something to drink. They will get that for you if you just ask. Or if you want them to take something upstairs and you have a painful back, they'll just do that for you. If you ask your mom or your father to pick something up from the grocery store so you don't have to, they will gladly bring it to you. Like, just telling people what you need from them will really help you out in this second trimester, and it'll make you feel like you're the queen. I feel like that's the energy that you're giving off. Like you're a mommy to be, and you're just doing great during this second trimester. You're glowing. You feel like you're on top of the world. That's the type of energy that we're seeing in this second trimester, and that's just great. So for the third trimester, we have the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups can talk about not knowing what's going to be best. It could be like a little bit of a mixed bag, worrying, not sure, like having nightmares or having positive dreams. I feel like you might have some crazy dreams during this third trimester. Like one night you'll be dreaming about how great everything's going to be. The next one you might have like a little bit more of a nightmare, just worrying about things. Maybe you'll just be up all night because of pregnancy insomnia. I'm not sure, but there's something about your sleep that's significant in this third trimester. It might just be that it's very difficult for you to fall asleep. It might just be uncomfortable. But I do think there is just a lot of things going on in your head as well during this third trimester. Now, this excuse card, it might talk about you trying to distract yourself with some less healthy things. I'm not sure what this excuse card really is about, but it does say like, what excuses are you making to escape and avoid your problems? So it might be important to face any problems right on in this third trimester, so you won't take them into the life of your baby. Maybe there is a need to cut some people out or make some changes to your diet, make some changes to how you go about things in your life. But it's time to get rid of excuses and make some changes if you feel like that something needs to be different. And I think that would take a lot of stress away as well. Now let's take a look at some oracle cards and see what might help in the first, the second, and the third trimester. So, Spirit, can you please tell us what self-care would help in the first trimester? Is there anything specific that would help? So, for the first trimester, we have connect with your ancestors. So you might want to reach out to your parents, to your grandparents. You might want to connect with any generations that come before that. Do some meditation, do some journaling, but try to connect with family members. That might give you some calm, give you some answers, especially with the Seven of Wands. It might be something that comes from, that might have been passed down, something like that. I'm so sorry. I'm messing up my spread. So, Spirit, what might help in this second trimester? Okay, there we go. So for the second trimester, we have spend time with friends. So I love that for you guys. So you might have a lot of free time. You might be able to go out with friends, go have lunch, go have dinner, go to the cinema, read some tarot cards, or have a book club meeting, or whatever you like to do. But it's great to spend more time with friends, and I feel like you'll have more time as well, or you'll have more funds to do stuff in this second trimester. Now let's take a look at the third trimester. So we have 2. And the first one popped out real quick. So for the third trimester, there is a need to connect with your womb. And to me, this indicates mostly that it's time to already make a connection with your baby. Like, put your hands on your belly, feel the kicks, start counting the kicks, talk to the baby, really try and connect with your child and with your body. And I really like that. We also have burning bowl ritual. So this is something that might be connected to this excuse card and to this 7 of Cups. Like writing everything down that you're worried about and throwing it into the fire and watch it melt away, watch it burn away, letting go of anything that worries you, you don't want to take with you in the future, stuff like that. Like, we all say that nesting time period is a period that you frantically clean your house, you get everything in order for the baby to arrive, and maybe this burning bowl ritual might be a good way to take care of the mental aspect of clearing up some things, nesting, stuff like that. Love that. Now we're gonna take a look at the next oracle deck to get just get some more information, messages, or anything like that on this pregnancy. So there we go. And we have the waning moon with what do you need to release. So I don't know why, but we have seen a lot of cards talking about burning bowl ritual, releasing. What do you need to release? We had that broken promise ring and that parrot in the beginning of the reading. So there might be a need to really release something or someone. I'm not telling you to drop someone specifically or forcing you to do anything, but it might be important to contemplate about what this is about. And if you feel like there's nothing you need to release, there is probably nothing, but there is, for some people, there is something big that's been asked to release, or that might really help you once you release that. You guys actually have 2 more from this deck. Pile 1 only got 1. 2, I think they got 2. We also have a full moon in Taurus with your dreams need a practical plan. So this might talk about your pregnancy, like you might need to plan things out a little bit, like when to do certain things, right? I cannot say what I mean out loud, of course, because of YouTube, but I think you guys know what I mean when it comes to planning certain things, right? It could talk about you getting everything in order, that everything else is taken care of so you can start having kids. But there is something that needs a practical plan. And the third one we have is a personal issue reaches resolution with full moon in Cancer. So yeah, there might be an issue that you're currently dealing with, but it does look like it's going to reach a resolution. Maybe this thing that you'll need to release, it will resolve itself, or it will just fall into place. Things will get figured out. I don't think there is a big need to worry about a lot of things. I feel for some of you, you might already be in this first trimester, to be honest, but take it as it resonates. It might not be for everybody. Now let's go to the last deck before we dig into the timing. So Spirit, what messages do you have for pile 2? Is there anything else that you want to tell pile 2? Anything else for pile 2? Anything they need to know regarding this pregnancy? There we go. Whoop. Let me grab the card. We have another fox. Oh my gosh. So I'm not sure if I can. Yeah. I mean, we have 2 foxes. That's significant, right? Maybe you want to look up a fox, or maybe you have seen a fox. It might be a sign of something. But we have think on your feet. So yeah, you might need to be careful. You might need to be mindful regarding this situation that we talked about. I'm not sure what the situation is though, but yeah, I mean, it's time for you to plan things ahead, be mindful, be careful, take care of yourself. We all know what a fox character is like, right? But I think that you might need to become a little bit of a fox when it comes to a certain situation. Let me get one more card for you guys. Ooh, I'm sorry. My card fell and it's quite far away and I don't think I can reach. I'll be right back. Okay, so the card that you guys got, these synchronicities are a little bit crazy. We have Stag Spirit with Take the Lead. So I guess the message is that you should be taking the lead over your own life. Take the lead. When it comes to your fertility, take the lead when it comes to your life, to your relationships. Maybe this is talking about someone new entering your life that will help you take the lead over your life. But I love that you guys had the deer and now you have the stag. I do love the synchronicity with the 2 horns, just like the 2 horns on your womb, right? So yeah, it's time for you to step up and take the lead. And I think that your baby is just excited to come into this world. And I think that they're just trying to nudge you into starting this step or just starting this journey. Love that for you guys. So let's dig into the timing. We already had the period of August until November, but now we're going to use the bingo machine to get some more information. Oh dear. There we go. So the first one we have is the number 55. Let me show you. So the 5th of May might be significant. You might see the number 55 or the number 555. 5 is the number of change, big changes. So it does seem like there is some big change ahead of you. Ooh. I am becoming more and more clumsy. I'm so sorry. And it's because my belly is in the way. I am currently pregnant myself, and my belly is just getting too huge to handle, but we're just trying to move along, right? Then we have the number 40. So April might be significant, or 40 days, the age of 40. Take that as it resonates. By the way, I am sending you all the best of luck in becoming pregnant. I've had this luck myself now, and I would just wish everybody to have that same luck, to be honest. We also have the number 66. So the 6th of June might be significant, or June in general. 66 days, so 2 months, or about 2 months. Maybe someone born in the year 1966 might be significant. Take it as it resonates. Then we have the number 75, so 1975, or the 5th of July, or the 7th of May might be significant. 75 days, something else with the number 75, maybe an address. And lastly, we have the number 5. So we have a lot of number 5. So May might be really, really significant, or changes might be very significant, like the changes of a season, or you making a big change in your life that will lead to this pregnancy, or maybe during your pregnancy you will be making some major changes. But yeah, something about the number 5 seems very, very significant. So that brings me to the end of the reading. I hope you had some fun. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I'd love to get a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, you could definitely do that. It would really help me out as well. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will fall pregnant soon if you aren't already. So I wish you the best of luck with your pregnancy, and I hope you guys will have a great day. Bye, guys. Hello, my lovely pile number 3. If you picked this cute little baby sock, this is going to be your reading. I really wanted to start out with a card that encompasses your motherly energy, and I already got one for you guys, so let's take a look which one it is. So for you guys, we have the panther. And as you can see, this panther is very protective over their young, right? So the panther personality is someone that is very energetic, very nice, but at the same time, they will protect their baby. And I really love that for you guys. I do think you're going to be a great mom or great parent in general. So let's take a look at your baby first. So we're going to start out with some archetypes, and then we're going to get into some more information about them. So I will need to shuffle them a little bit. First, I decided to do the shuffling on camera this time. Don't mind my rusty shuffling though, because it has been a while since I've done readings like this. And that's because I'm actually pregnant myself, and I just needed the rest. And let me just start out by saying that I wish pregnancy upon all of you. I definitely wish that you guys get everything that you want. Okay. There we go. So that was quick. We already have one. Let's get one more. So what will this baby be like? Spirit, can you tell us more about pile 3's baby? What will they be like? There we go. So we'll start out with this one. We're only taking the light attributes, by the way. So it says, refines your capacity to help those you would prefer to ignore. So it does look like your baby or your child is just going to be so helpful, so wonderful. They will give others a hand, even if you might feel like they don't deserve it. So I do think they will see the best in other people. They will definitely try their best to make everybody happy. I'm not saying they're a people pleaser at all, but like they will reach out to people that might not have a lot of friends. They will try to be their friend. Like if someone gets bullied, they will stand up for them, stuff like that, even if it causes other people to look at them in a certain way. Love that for them. Then let's take a look at the other card. We have the storyteller, and it says ability to experience and express life through stories and symbols. So quite literally, they might become like a writer, a producer, maybe someone that writes music, but they use their art to tell a story, or that could be quite broad, right? Like writing, singing, dancing. They're portraying a story through art. Yeah. And I think with this Samaritan as well, like we see some teamwork going on here as well. So they might be doing this in a group. They might be doing it separately. But they are very good at bringing a story. And maybe they'll have like a big message to share with the world. That's the kind of energy that I'm getting here. I'm getting some Jesus vibes. I'm not sure why. Don't take that the wrong way. But I do see that this is a very loving, wonderful child that wants to bring some light into this world. Now let me get some tea leaf cards. I must say they are pretty hard to shuffle, so don't laugh at me while I try to shuffle these. And let's see what comes out, right? So, Spirit, what can you tell us about pile 3's baby? That's one. As you can see, they look a little strange as I try to shuffle them. There we go. Then let's grab the next stack and shuffle this one a few times to see if anything else wants to come out. There we go. Okay. So with these cards, yeah, like I said, it's a little bit harder to shuffle. I felt like these two shouldn't be here, so I'm not gonna take them. Yeah, there we go. So you guys got a nice variety of cards. Let's take a look at what they have to say. So let me adjust the camera. Yeah, there we go. So the first one we have is handshake. A meeting with a stranger could be important. So this might talk about the way that you and your spouse will meet, that will bring forth this beautiful baby. I do think about these two people meeting hands as well, right? So it might just be that there are a lot of people that they will meet throughout their lives that have a big influence on them. Maybe meeting your child will have a big influence on you. But yeah, there is something about meeting other people that will have a huge influence on their life. As well with the storyteller, right? You are telling a story to somebody that influences them, right? So maybe that's what this is about. They are touching people by the things that they do. We also have tortoise, slowly but surely getting ahead. So they might not get ahead quickly. They might not be an overnight success. They might have to work long and hard to become an idol, someone important, someone that'll be seen. Like we see with a lot of pop stars recently, right? Like they have to work real hard, they are never seen, and then they have this one song and they'll have this breakthrough and that'll change their whole world. I think that that's the kind of energy that we're seeing here with this tortoise as well. So I feel like they will need your support to keep on going. They will need your support to keep believing in themselves, but they will become successful as long as they just keep going. We also have butterfly, a change for the better. And I love that the butterfly goes through different stages. So I do think that that is what your child or your baby will go through as well. Like they will go through 3 or more very different stages in their life. But the message here as well is like a change for the better. So this baby will change your life for the better, or their life will just get better and better as they grow up. We also have May. So the month of May might be very significant, whether it is the month that they are born or the month that they will be conceived. Maybe it's your birth month. Maybe that's why it's important. Take it as it resonates. We also have staff. You will be taken care of in difficult times. So this could be 2 things. Like we said, they are this tortoise that is moving slowly. They might need some encouragement, some nourishment. So this might talk about that difficult time of trying to get ahead and just bouncing into some hurdles and you helping them overcome that. But it might also talk about your baby getting you through some difficult times throughout your life. But it could definitely be both as well. But with the Samaritan, I do think that the both of you are just going to be so helpful and not egotistical at all. Just trying to help other people, trying to help each other. And again, growing all together with the staff as well. I guess that's the typical sense of staff, right? You have the old people holding their staff shakily, right? That's the thing I'm thinking about. We also have love. So this is going to be a love baby. This baby will be born from love. They will grow up throughout their lives with a lot of love. They will be receiving a lot of love. And I love that it's so similar to our little sock that we have here. And this is one of the reasons I really like shuffling on camera, because the synchronicities will come up during the reading instead of when I shuffle before. You won't see that it just happened. It might seem like I just picked the cards myself, and that's definitely not the case. But yeah, they will grow up in a very loving home, a very protected home, and they will receive a lot of love throughout their lives. Beautiful. Next up, we have haystack. Karma, you will reap what you have sown. So again, like we said, they might be starting slow, but because of their beautiful nature of trying to help others, being kind, being loving, it's only a matter of time before they will become successful and they will have this change for the better. And needle in a haystack makes me think of being one of these needles in a haystack, right? So there are a lot of people that are trying to get the same thing. Maybe in their career, they're trying to, like I said, they might want to become a great singer. They want to become popular. And because there are so many people trying to get popular, it's just a long road to success. But of course, like we said, they are not just the typical down the run pop star. I think that they are way more, and that will grab the attention of the public. It doesn't have to be a singer. It could be anything. It could be an artist. It could be a painter. It could be literally anything. But I feel like they will get the success because they are so much more than just good at what they do. I think that they'll also just have this beautiful personality and a beautiful story to tell the world. Love that. We also have elephant. A long journey, either physical or mental, will leave you wiser at the end. So yes, there is a reason why this journey is going to be so long. Like we said, with the tortoise, it's a slow journey, but they are going to get ahead, right? And there is a meeting that's so it's like I said, I'm really getting those Jesus vibes, right? The whole biblical story about Jesus. I'm not someone that knows the Bible by word or anything like that. We've heard it when I was at school, but it's like there is this big journey that you learn a lot of things in. And at the end, you're going to be praised. And it's just, yeah, I think you guys get what I mean. I think that's the main thing. Even if you don't know the story of Jesus, it's like the story of someone that, like the typical movies where someone is trying to become a race driver and they go through adversity and it only makes them stronger. Like that's the kind of story, and then making it at the end. That's the kind of story that I'm seeing here for your baby, and I love that for them. I'm sorry, I'm babbling. Let's take a look at the next one. We have cup. You should accept a valid criticism. So what I'm seeing here is that you might be a little bit of a critical mother. You might have some solid advice, or maybe there are other people that are trying to give you advice on how you parent your child. Maybe there is a need to accept some advice, but still be mindful of not just taking everything other people say. But yeah, advice might be helpful, whether it comes to you or your child. We still have 3 cards to go. You guys have a lot of cards. We also have camel. Preserve and you will overcome problems. Persevere and you will overcome problems. So this is just more of the same story, like the elephant and the tortoise, right? Just don't let this kid give up on their dreams and they will become successful. We also have crib, birth or conception of a child or enterprise. So yeah, they will be here in this world with you pretty soon. I mean, there is a guarantee that you will have this baby. I mean, it cannot be more obvious. And this crib, again, makes me think of Jesus. But yeah, I think that's just because cribs are a little bit of a old-fashioned thing, I guess. Or maybe just this picture is a little bit more old-fashioned. But it feels like this is going to be like a wonderful kid that's coming into your life. The last card we have for you guys is June. So not only May might be significant, June might also be very significant when it comes to you having this baby. Now, that's it for these cards. Let me remove these and let's take a look at your pregnancy. So we're going to take a look at the first, the second, and the third trimester. I'll be right back. So we're using the Way of the Panda Tarot to see what your 3 trimesters are going to look like. And we're also using some oracle cards to get some clarifiers. I'm sorry, that's my dog sneezing in the background. So let's take a look at your first trimester. So, okay, I guess then we'll take that one. So for the first trimester, we have the 6 of Cups. Then let's take a look at the second trimester. Spirit, what will pile 3's second trimester be like? Can you give us some information about pile 3's second trimester? The 6 of Wands. And what about the third trimester? What will the third trimester be like? The Knight of Wands. Ooh, that's interesting. We'll talk about that one in a second. Now let's get some clarifiers, and I want to move them up a little bit because I feel like we don't have enough space otherwise. So, Spirit, can we get a clarifier for the 6 of Cups, please? Wow, that came out quickly as well. So we have the card that says repression, and it says, what is being pushed down? What are you refusing to feel, to experience, and to process right now? What are you resisting to acknowledge? Then let's get one for the second trimester. We have synchronicity. Let me show you guys. it says, what are the signs and meaningful coincidences that surround you right now? What do you need to pay attention to? And then let's see for the third trimester. There we go. For the third trimester, yeah, we have conquer. I love that. And it says to slay, to battle, to defeat, and to overcome. And I love this combination. I mean, to conquer, and you see this ninja panda ready for the attack, right? Love that. So let's talk about the first trimester. First, we have the Six of Cups. And the Six of Cups is all about reciprocity. I'm not sure how you say that. Wow, I'm sorry. Reciprocity, I think that's the word, right? Like giving and taking and being balanced, giving and taking in balance. So what does this tell us, right? The Six of Cups usually is a balanced card. So I do feel like your first trimester will be fine, will be pretty decent. I do think there is some give and take. So on one hand, you'll be very excited about what's about to happen or this fresh start that you'll be getting. But at the same time, I feel like you might be low energy or you might have a little bit of nausea, but nothing too serious. I think with repression, though, there might be some things that you're trying to ignore a little bit, or maybe you might be taking medication to counteract your nausea. But yeah, I think that overall you'll be able to enjoy the first part of pregnancy, the first trimester, pretty well, without really being worried about anything specific or having any health concerns or anything at all. I think that, like I said, a little bit of nausea, a little bit of headache, maybe some symptoms or some worry, but nothing grand. And I do think you'll be getting a lot of great things in return with this Six of Cups. Now, for the second trimester, we have the Six of Wands. And you can see this great panda being victorious and like being encouraged and things going well. We see a very colorful background. So I feel like this second trimester is going to be a breeze. I think that you'll have a lot of encouragement. I think that a lot of people are just astounded at how easily it's going for you. They will be cheering you on. They will be helping you out. They might want to talk with you, hang out with you. Like there is a lot of positive energy coming from this Six of Wands card. And with synchronicity, you might be getting a lot of signs as well. Signs that everything's going well with baby. Signs that you are supported, whether it is by your community or being supported by spirit for the people that don't have a lot of family surrounding them. Maybe you have made your own family with just a lot of friends surrounding you. With the Six of Wands specifically, we see one panda behind them. Like I said, that might be, not like I said, but it might be your partner. But the other wands behind him or behind the other panda make me think of like energies surrounding you, like spirit surrounding you, ancestors surrounding you. There is a lot of support from the other side, supporting you throughout this pregnancy and especially in this second trimester. And that's why we have this synchronicity card here. You might be seeing feathers falling down. You might be seeing repeated numbers. It could be in a lot of different ways that you have these synchronicities. But I do think that you will feel very much supported throughout this second trimester. Now, for your third trimester, I can see you like really kicking ass, like really just making the best of it, going for it, not complaining, just doing what you need to do, maybe staying quite active. If you are someone that loves to work out, I can see that you are still very mobile throughout this third trimester. You won't be a couch potato, or maybe you'll just be doing your regular daily walks with this Knight of Wands. But it feels like your third trimester is going to be really easy. Although that's not very common for a lot of people. So I think you're doing a great job, or you are going to be doing a great job. Maybe it really helps that you'll have this support team. But yeah, your third trimester is going to be easy. And I feel like your delivery is going to be quite easy as well. It might just be going very quick, or it might feel like your third trimester is passing by really quickly. Or maybe you will not make it up to 40 weeks, but you might be delivering a little bit earlier. And that makes it feel like everything's just going easy breezy, quickly. But yeah, a lot of, I don't know, this, I take this pregnancy if I could. Like I might have said, like at the beginning of this reading, I am currently pregnant. And I wish that on to all of you. But my pregnancy has been a little bit more rough. That's why I haven't been doing any readings the last few months. I would take this. I would give money to have a pregnancy like this, to be honest. So yeah, congratulations on that. But let's get some more information. We're gonna see what self-care might help during your pregnancy. So for the first trimester, we have dance. So it might help to dance during your first trimester, get that energy out, get moving, get that stuck energy out of your body. If you're not really the dancing kind of person, like you don't like to dance, maybe just move, listen to some music, just move your body, do what feels good for you. But I feel like this feminine energy is something that you could definitely embrace during your first trimester. Let's take a look at your second trimester. So Spirit, what will help pile 3 during their second trimester? Is there anything they can do that will benefit them during this second trimester? I think we have 2 cards. Yes. So the first one we have is use your hands, get creative, make something, build something, write something, draw something, paint something. I mean, just use your hands, maybe plant some flowers, whatever you love to do, but maybe something grounding. It's like not necessarily watching TV or being on your phone, but really like grounded things, right? Like I said, all the examples I gave you just a second ago, stuff like that might really help you out during this second trimester. Yeah, let's take a look at the next one. The next one we have is build strength. So like I said, it seems like you can be very active throughout this pregnancy. Things are going smoothly. You might be someone that is naturally very athletic. And it's like Spirit is telling you to just stay active throughout your pregnancy. This strength could be mental strength as well. But I feel for most of you, this is definitely physical strength. It might be that you are doing your exercises on like the balls, making like hip rotations and all that kind of stuff. Maybe you'd like to hit the gym. But just know that you don't have to keep up the same pace as before pregnancy. Just do what feels good and trust your own limits as well. Like don't go too crazy. The last one we have for the third trimester is sing. So I do feel like you are someone that is very expressive, whether it is dancing, whether it's singing, whether it's exercising. It's all very high energy. It's very outwards, outgoing. Whether you love to sing, maybe just sing under the shower if you don't like to sing for other people. Listen to some music if you are afraid to sing. But vocalizing might be something that might be very helpful. Writing a song, maybe even. But yeah, I guess for me, this would just be listening to music and like singing very badly in the car and just having the music so loud that you cannot hear me sing, but I'll just enjoy the music. And your baby will be hearing it as well, right? Your baby in the third trimester will be able to hear noises. So I think it might also be a great way to connect with baby. They might be responding to your singing. So yeah, that might be something that's interesting to you. Now, let's get some more messages about your pregnancy. These could be concerning this current time. It might be about the pregnancy itself. Take them as they resonate. It has been different in the other two piles, so yeah, we'll just have to see what it has to say. So the first one we have, let me adjust that. Don't let your past hold you back with South Node. So this might definitely be about your current situation. It might be about your pregnancy, like something happened in the past that you might take with you into this pregnancy. There is a message to let that go or to try to let that go. It's not always that easy. Maybe you feel judged at this moment, or you will be feeling judged in the future. But it's like your baby or spirit is trying to tell you that there's no need to hold back. You should just go for it, and you will be very happy once you do take that step. Let's get one more from this deck. Spirit, anything else? Yes, there we go. And we have the new moon eclipse with expect powerful change. Wow. So there is a big change coming for you. And I guess we all know what this change is going to be, right? It definitely seems like this pregnancy is going to happen soon, even right now, right? So you might be pregnant and you might not even know it, but there is some big changes ahead of you, and that's going to be very positive. Now let's move on to the last deck before we get into the timing of things. So, Spirit, what can you tell us about this pregnancy? There we go. That's one. And that's number two. It did look a little bit messy, but it doesn't negate that these cards came out. So the first card we have Swan Spirit with the number 60. Time for a deep dive. So this could be an emotional deep dive, or this might be quite literally time to spend some time in a body of water. Maybe you like diving, or you are in an area where that's possible. You might want to take a dive. You might want to take a bath, just relax a little bit, be with yourself for a while, take things in, take it as it resonates. And the next one we have is the number 7 with Be Spirit, and sweet results await. Ooh. So yeah, good things are coming, right? You might see bees as a sign that your manifestation is near, that your baby is coming soon. It might as well be about the swans. Like if you see any bees or swans, it might be a sign that your baby is close or that they are almost here. But yeah, there is big change coming, and it's going to be a positive change with this bee spirit. Now let's take a look at the timing, right? And take them as they resonate for you. There we go. So the first one we have is the number 62. So the 2nd of June or the 6th of February might be significant. 62 days, so 2 months from now, whenever you are watching. Take it as it resonates. You guys know I always say that. Then next up, we have the number 2. So 2 days, 2 months, 2 years. The month of February might all be significant. Then we have the number 32, another 2. So the 2nd of March or the 3rd of February. The age 32, whether you are 32 or your spouse is 32 or your partner, 32 days. Take it as it resonates. Next up, we have the number 50. Let me adjust the camera though, so you guys can see it. There we go. So again, the month of May, we had the month of May before. So the month of May, 50 days. Maybe this is a telephone number or a country code. Not a country code. I mean, like an address. Yeah. So maybe someone lives in a specific street on number 50. Something like that. Who knows? And the last one we have is the number 1. So this might be a month, a year, a week, an hour, right now. It might be January. Take it as it resonates. But I do love that we're ending off with this number 1, right? Beautiful. So that brings me to the end of the reading. I really hope it resonated. I hope you had some fun. If you did like this reading, I'd love to get a thumbs up. That really helps me out. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I'd love for you to do so. I wish you the best. I hope you guys are all pregnant pretty soon. And I wish you guys have a great day today. So I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.